Welcome, my loyal subjects. This is a video, or series, I haven't decided yet, dedicated to remembering the best moments in gaming. Not to list what the best games of the year were, although, for the curious, they are listed from my least to most favorite, but to chronicling our gaming memories, to share what I enjoyed in 2017 and hear what you enjoyed as well. Spoilers are going to be everywhere, let's begin. Was this game ruined by EA? Yes. Did I buy it? No. But I did play the beta, and I cannot ignore Darth Maul. There's nothing quite like slicing through legions of clone troopers with a double-bladed lightsaber. It's a shame things turned out the way they did. This could have been an amazing game. Another game marred by awful business practices, but these weren't so egregious that you couldn't play the game without them. So I did buy it, had some fun with it, ultimately stopped before the end, but I will replay the game again for that Balrog fight. I have no interest in finishing Monster Hunter stories. Hatching monsters was fun for a time, but I got bored of the late game grind. And that's okay, because all I wanted from this game was a pet Yinkudaku. His name is Hubert, and he is my best friend. I don't understand how this is possible, as I have very few fond memories of the series, but when I played that first bonus stage, the music filled me with a wonderful sense of nostalgic childhood joy. Do you remember when this game was announced? Miyamoto came on stage and overwhelmed the creative director of the game with emotion, reducing him to tears as he heard his idol praise his work. That has got to be the most heartwarming thing I saw this year. And it stemmed from Rabbids! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I've only won one solo game of PUBG, but I'll cherish that win forever. And the best part? It was my first solo game. There was a time when I had a 100% win rate. It didn't last long. Ridley is finally the final boss. Oh, I've wanted that for ages. I've always thought of him as the main bad guy of Metroid, and it's so nice to finally have a game that agrees. Beating the Tower Challenge. Spectre Knight has some great platforming gimmicks that this tower utilizes perfectly. Wish it had a better reward, though. My first playthrough of Breath of the Wild was not very fun. I wanted to experience what I hoped was an incredible story and did not get one. So I restarted the game, grabbed some essential items, picked a direction, and explored, which led me to the slopes of Mount Lanayru, a mountain covered in fog, preventing me from seeing the peak. As I climbed, I began to see something on the slopes, some kind of glowing growth. So I pulled out my camera to get a better look, and... what? What?! The dawning awe and horror realizing that that thing is a corrupted dragon was incredible. Perfect build-up, perfect setting. The fight itself is stupid easy, but everything else was perfect, so I'll let that pass. I could describe this, but it's better to just show you. Holy crap, I've never felt nerd chills like that. I felt inspired, I felt determined, I felt genuine loyalty to a fictional character. Getting to kill that stupid, sword-wielding, bullet-dodging, unfair piece of mutant dung that is the assassin. You caused the deaths of half of my soldiers. Rest in pieces, jerk. Super Mario is back doing Super Mario things, and it's just as fun as ever. You grab all the coins, gather all the MacGuffins, chase Bowser around the world to save Peach, and what, the dragon? This monster comes out of nowhere. Nothing in the game, nothing in the series even remotely suggests that this is a thing that can exist. I'm so happy it does. This year saw a lot of games get announced, particularly ones from long-dormant franchises. But I wasn't as blown away as others were seeing these reveals. I figured that we'd eventually get another Metroid, another Soul Calibur, another Mega Man. It was just a matter of when. But I never thought I'd see Age of Empires again.
Now, a new age is upon us.
Starcraft is my childhood. I've been playing this game for as long as I can remember. And seeing it so brilliantly remastered sends me straight back to those simpler times. Everything is preserved perfectly. The gritty art style, the janky movement, the ridiculously complicated gameplay. Look at the infested Terran. Look how good that looks. I know it's silly, but just switching between this and the old classic art style is just... something about it just really gets to me. The atmosphere. Just the atmosphere. Most of the games Nintendo released this year have been amazing. The voice acting for those games? Could be better. But Fire Emblem Echoes was a fantastic exception. I was enthralled by nearly every performance in this game, Berkut in particular.
Were you laughing along with them? Rudolph, Masena, and all the rest? Watching me toil away while you knew I would never become Emperor? Was every kind word part of the act? Every smile an act of pity?
Yeesh! That's just a snippet. You can hear him slowly descend into madness and rage throughout the scene. Well done, Ian Sinclair. I lost a week of my life to Dungeon Run. It's a stupid game of chance based around stupid random drops of stupid random cards that have stupid random effects, and by God, I love it so much. It's hard to tie down a specific moment, but for the purposes of this video, getting double battle cries with a Cthulhu deck is an intoxicating power fantasy.
My dreaming ends. Your nightmare begins. Sleep.
Everybody had a boss in Cuphead that they could not beat for the life of them. For me, it was Dr. Gal's robot. I died 37 times to this bucket of bolts. And all that pent-up frustration, all of that rage, it was all so worth it when I finally beat it. Cuphead is a game that recognizes that the harder the challenge, the better the payoff, and I respect it so much for that. Now I know that I said at the beginning that this was going to be an opinions-based video, but this game is not getting the praise it deserves. This is the best game of 2017. Forget Mario, forget Zelda, they may have the widespread market appeal, but in terms of what a game managed to accomplish, Divinity leaves them in the dust. Don't believe me? Imagine a game like Breath of the Wild. One with that same sense of scope, that freeform design, those moments of wait, that works? Now, add on 4-player co-op, limitless customization, and a really engaging story. That is Divinity. Do you still not believe me? Fine. Then let me ask you this. Can you turn Calamity Ganon into a chicken? You would in Divinity. Case closed, Happy New Year, good night everybody.